So I was just on the phone with my mom, and we was talking about how um my brother's kid's mom is not doing so well for herself. So her kids got taken away from her because she was drinking. And their situation is really it's like a sticky situation. I'm not gonna throw out all her business like that. She does drink a lot though, and that's why, she's an alcoholic. That's common. So she's an alcoholic, and that is why her kids got taken away from her. Her and my brother's not together, um, so her kids is with my mom, their grandma, who is about to take full custody. So, what kind of got me was the fact that my brother, man, and man is going to be man, and this is what I can't stand. This whole time I'm just thinking like, they separated. Um, it is what it is. But what I came to find out is that not only did they separate, but they're still seeing each other. And he's talking to another girl as well. But that's not what I'm so upset about. What I'm upset about is that she is an alcoholic, and she's in a situation where they're saying that in a matter of time, her body will shut down on her because of the amount of drinking that she's doing, the amount of alcohol that she is using. Eventually, this is going to affect her, and she is not going to live long. That's what they said. She's not going to be living long. Um, and I wouldn't put it past them because, my father passed of um, alcohol poisoning. And basically, they're saying that she drinks so much. You know, she drinks, and this is what my mom literally told me. She would know me better. I mean, she would know this better than I will. But she said she does exactly what my dad used to do: have an alcohol bottle in the back of the car, um, just driving around. 24/7. She's drinking, and I asked her, I'm like, well, is she suicidal? And they was like, well, we don't know. I'm like, well, that kind of sounds suicidal if you know something else is not good for you that could be effective to your life. You would immediately think about, you know, you would think of all the ways where you can figure out some type of solution. You would slow down, you would think wisely and think carefully about everything. That's just, I mean, you don't play with something like that when someone is telling you you only got a matter of days to live or a matter of months to live because you're being faced with, your body will shut down on you and you will, if you continue going on this way. And anyone who wants to live will take this seriously and they wouldn't be so easily to shake it off and say whatever, it is what it is. So I'm just like, what? Like, I was really confused. But then what kind of got me feeling, sympathetic about the situation was that my brother is still talking to her. You know, her life is already confusing as if she got so much she's dealing with, and this just brings back so much about me. I feel the same way all the time. They really just don't care about what we're carrying, how much we are facing, you know and I wouldn't blame her, if she allowed this to happen, and she's just like, it is what it is, because I go through this mental thing all the time. Like, mentally, I'm facing so much. Emotionally, I'm facing so much. And on top of this, financially, I'm facing so much. Spiritually, I'm facing so much. But then I have a dependent that's depending on me to get it together. She has 4 dependents that's depending on her to get it together. And she can't do this on her own. So the fact that my brother is still playing, um, playing games, or just, you know, confusing the situation, confusing the relationship, confusing her even more on top of what she's dealing with, you know? And it just got me like, what? Why are you still doing this? Why are you still playing with her? Why are you still stringing her along when you know she got so much she's going with on her own? On top of that, she's trying to stomach the fact that you're not even with her. You're with someone else, but she's only around because she got so much love for you, and she's going to be with you, giving you that advantage over her. But at the same time, can you stop for 1 second and think that, oh, her life is on the line? Oh, she's actually about to pass away soon. Oh, the doctors are saying that she won't live long. When will you be considerate of that? When will you think about this woman like that? If this is the case and you really don't want to be with her, leave her alone. Go be with the new person you chose. Go be with her, and be mindful that this woman has given you everything. This woman is about to pass just because she's in love with you, and you're putting her in a place where, you know, she can't take it much longer. It's me, because these men just don't care. They don't know when to stop. And they just keep going and keep going and keep going. Like, you know, like we doing this for fun. When really, the woman, or me, or a woman such as herself, she's not doing it for fun. She's doing it for love. But y'all don't care about that. Y'all just want to keep going and keep going and keep going until one of us fall. And when that woman fall, and you standing strong still, what? Do you want a pat on the back? Why do y'all do that? Why do men do this? You know? Like, it's just, I don't know. Why do men do this? That's all I want to know. Why do they do this? Because it's painful, and it's devastating, and it's traumatizing. We get ourselves high over you. We get ourselves drunk over you. We lose our mind over you. We become numb over you. You get all of this advantage over us. You have all of this power over us, all of this controlling us. And y'all just keep going, until we fall. Is it not enough? This woman loves you, will do anything for you, will take on the world for you. Y'all can be walking in the desert, and this woman will hold all of the bags plus the kids' hands for you. She would probably carry you on her back for you. She would do all of this for you. But all y'all want is y'all cake and eat it too. Y'all don't care. Y'all really don't care. I remember her. When she taught me, she helped me practice maneuverability. She was so bougie. But at the same time, she was Miss Know-It-All. She was like a geek in a way. Like, she loved knowledge. She was curious. She was outgoing. She was spontaneous. She loved the fact that my brother was spiritual, and that spirituality rubbed off on her. She was like a child, you know? She was the total opposite of me. Yet, I think she's a year older than me. She had all the energy in the world. As healthy as can be. That's what it looked like on the outside. And now she is toothpick skinny, unhealthy. All her hair is nearly pulled out of her head. Alcoholic. I hear that she's still functioning to the point where she's still working. But she's barely hanging on, you know. She barely has her mind. She really don't even have her mind, honestly. Do y'all not know, do men not know they can get us to this point where your kid's life is in our hands? But not only that, is y'all are putting us in a situation to where we have to worry if these kids are safe in our hands, because you have that effect on us to where we are losing our minds over you, and your kids' lives are in our hands. Do you trust us that much? It's so much pressure, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because we are expected to carry it all. It's the sad truth. And there's nothing we can honestly really do about it until we gain the strength to detach from men, from them men. You know, they will play us until we can't be played no more, played with no more. And they would toss us to the side, you know, when we look all used up and grab a new toy. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, grab a new toy. Like we didn't even matter in the first place. And while we so attached and thinking about them, just like remember Toy Story? I forget the boy's name. Was it Adam? Alex? Remember them toys? How they always felt like they was the little boy's favorite, and they was so attached to this boy, and they would do anything for this boy, you know. But Alex always had that favorite, you know, the cowboy. What's his name? What is his name? The cow. Well, whatever. But the cowboy, that was his favorite toy. But eventually, he didn't want to play with that toy anymore. You know, even though later on, he gave that toy away to a little girl who he felt like needed it more than, you know, he did, because that little girl wound up loving that toy. But the point I am making is that, you know, this little boy, these boys, you know, they only cling for so long. Just like a kid, you cling to something so long, and no matter how much love that person have for you, or whatever it is you gave that energy to, no matter how much no matter how much energy you put into it or you receive back, there will always be something better. And I just spoke about this too. I'm like, I never felt like I was enough. You know, you can love so hard, but at the end of the day, a man expects more. They expect more, even after of everything you're putting out. You know, some men. All right, I'm gonna scratch that because that kind of just went everywhere. I don't know how that Toy Story movie even came to my head. Uh, but anyways, okay, so I was just thinking out. What did I just think about? Dang it, I just lost train of thought. I was about to say. Oh, okay. So this is what I was saying. I was like, so, you know, even if you love this person, you can love this person like crazy. And this person can want to love you back and want to care for you back. But at the same time, this person can't, because you're not. What was that sound? Because you're not doing your part, or you're not being that person that they expected you to be. This whole time, you know. Okay, so I know how men are. You know, it's not someone's fault that they fell out of love with you. You know, this person probably wanted to love you, but the fact that you wanted to be just like them, it kind of pushed them away from you. You know, you wanted to be like them. You thought that if you was like them, then everything was all good. Like what? You know, some women want to be so much like the spouse, or some men want to be just like the woman, or you know, y'all got this little thing going on to where I want to be like you want to be like me. Like, okay, can we get to our roles eventually? You know, cuz my my brother is a drinker. He's a drinker. He's a heavy drinker. But at the same time, he's aware. You know, he got control over the situation. You know, She wasn't a drinker like that. She was like a drinker, but not really a drinker, a good girl type. She wasn't really a drinker, but she followed in my brother's footsteps, you know. So then eventually she start drinking, and she can't handle her liquor like he can handle her liquor. So she wound up getting in the same, they in the same situation, but he's handling it more. He can function better because, whatever that reason is. And, she's addicted and stuff, and the liquor is kind of taking over her because you decided to be like him. This is actually how I feel about it, You want to be like him when all he wanted you to do was to be you. This whole time he wanted you to be you, but you're so focused on doing me or being like me that I don't even know who you are anymore. I don't want to be with myself, So you doing everything that I'm doing. You're actually living the way that I'm living. Ain't no cooking, ain't no cleaning, ain't no, where is my woman? That's basically what he's thinking. Where is my woman? Because you're acting just like me. And that's what I'm saying. I know what a man wants. A man wants a woman to be a woman. Yes, you can participate. You can do whatever I do. But at the same time, I'm going to need you to play your role too. I'm going to need you to snap back into your nature. Who are your femininity? This is you. You're a woman, so be a woman. You can come and hang out every now and then, but I'm going to still need you to take care of the kids. I'm going to need you to go cook dinner. I'm going to need you to be a woman. I need to be taken care of. You're not taking care of me. She wasn't taking care of him. She wasn't taking care of the household. She wasn't doing her part as a woman. She was being like him. And that's the last thing a man needs, is for his woman to be just like him. For his woman to act like a man. In a way where I am being forced into the position of taking care of you. And I'm not taking care of you. And that's how my brother is. I'm not taking care of you. You going to have to do what you do, because I'm not taking on that role. That's not my role to take on. That's not my role. You're going to have to snap out of it. You're going to have to be strong. You're going to have to get back up. Get up. That's how my brother is. He will sit around and wait for you to get up. In the back of his mind, he's hoping that you get up. But eventually, if you don't get up, he's going to give up. He's going to give up. That's just what it is. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation, but I just had that on my chest, and I'm like, wow, just listen to what was going on. It's just, you gotta be a woman. You are a woman. This is the life you want. You can't stop being a mother, because the mother makes the woman. The fact that you are a mother proves a lot. Your dignity is in your mother role, the role you have of being a mother. No matter what this man put on you, you have to be a mother. But at the same time, I understand her situation, because I feel like that every single day. But that's when you have to step away from what you want from a man and put that focus into you and your children. Your children becomes what you've seen in that man. It's not the same anymore. You don't see that man anymore like you did. You see your kids in the same way you seen that man. You love your kids, you nurture your kids, you cherish your kids, you care for your kids. And even if that man feel left out, even if that man feel like, oh, she don't care about me, even if you gotta put your man on a back burner, you do that because your kids is your priority now. And guess what? That man will see that. That man will turn around and look at you like, this is all I wanted. This is all I wanted from you. You know, I love this about you. But the fact that some women don't do that is the reason why they lose their man, because that man see that you don't care for you. You don't care for these kids. Then you're not the woman that he thought you was. You know, that shows a lot. It shows that you have a heart. You know, that man do want to be center of your world, the center of your world and center of attention. That man wants to be that. But at the same time, what he wants more is to see that you can love. See that love. He would rather that love be for your kids. And he wants to see that you can love your kids in the same way and take your attention or your mind away from him, because that shows that you can think for yourself. You know, it's not all about him. And a man will pull on those strings just to see where your mind is at. And once he finally figure it out, it's a lose or winning situation, depending on who you are. So yeah, that's something I had to get off my chest. Good night, y'all, and just um be you, you know, and be true, and don't lose yourself to nobody. And if you have kids, those kids mean everything. You know, those kids want your love and need your attention. Don't put them on a back burner. If anything, put yourself on a back burner before you put your kids behind you. You know, don't put your kids behind you. Keep your kids in front of you, and you step back and just reflect on where you're at. You know, if you gotta look away from your man, look away from your man, and know that even if you don't think so, that man will understand. He will understand. You know, let this be a lesson. Good night. Peace.